gold, ability materials, gear, training materials. I have hoarded all of these, and now I will use them to build the characters and teams. I am Dogbert. I will be your guide on this journey as we try to discover if they are worth it. Hello and welcome to Worth It, where I review a character or team and let you know their pros and cons and whether or not they are worth it and what to build them up to. In this case, we're taking a look at Brawn today, the newest character that we have gotten released. And he will be released through an event campaign starting, just a regular event, There's a regular event probably along the lines of like a Hulkbuster, Nico, it'll be crap because, Scopely. Anyway, let's look at his pros. He has a percent-based health steal. This is quite useful, say, if you want to take a character to Dark Dimension. He is a global character. Not like there's any other global horseman characters you could be considering for a Dark Dimension now, is there? Anyway, but this makes him incredibly valuable there because of this percent-based health steal is such a high value of 35%. It means he is going to do a ridiculous amount of damage with this hit. That heal on top of it then bypasses heal block for his team. He will heal them up for a ridiculous amount because he gets he gives out like 500% of whatever he stole. Again, in Dark Dimension, this is going to be absolutely ridiculous. It's actually quite good elsewhere too, because like I said, it is percent based, so any kind of high health character is going to be very valuable to go and use this move against. He can copy and clear positive effects from enemies, not just this primary target, but the adjacent targets as well. So there's a bunch of buffs out there. You get to steal them and put them on your team. And if you can, you get to clear them as well. But if they have like Safeguard, obviously you're not going to clear them. But at least you will get the buffs except for Safeguard. He does self-heal every turn for 20% of his max hit points. This is quite valuable again because it gives him the survivability. Again, makes him a good Dark Dimension candidate. He does give speed bar and death proof to his teammates if they go below 50%. This is actually big with Hulk. He really helps keep him alive because he's the one who's going to be taking a lot of damage because he's constantly taunting. But because he goes below 50%, he gives himself speed bar, and then you're going to get even more speed bar from Brawn, which means Hulk can take a lot of turns and start doing a whole lot of damage if you play it right. So keep those things in mind, that Brawn really helps bring the team together. As for his cons, he's not very high damage, but that's honestly not his job. His job is to keep the team alive, heal them back up, give them buffs. That's what he does. If you're using him for damage, you're doing it wrong. There's other characters on the team who are the damage dealers. He's not it. His percent-based health steal is single target only, and quite honestly, if this was even adjacent targets, it would be very broken since we're talking 35% health steal. That would be just an absolute insane amount of damage even if it hit another character. So I get why it's only a single target, but you got to keep that in mind that it's only going to hit a single target. His clearing heal block is gimmicky. He can do it to his Gamma teammates, but they have to have a regen on them and a heal block. Now he does give regen out with his basic, and then the heal block would get cleared any turn anybody takes. So just keep those things in mind, but it's kind of gimmicky. Yeah. He is really on a team you don't want to break up. You really don't want to break up the Gamma team any more than you have to. And believe it or not, this includes She-Hulk. I have actually come around to this team. I think they're an incredibly good team. And I'm going to leave some evidence at the end of this video of why I think they're so good, even without Red Hulk. So, is Braun worth it? Yes, he's absolutely worth it. He really brings this team together. Really helps them out a lot. He is a linchpin in this team. Like I said, he really keeps Hulk alive and gives Hulk a lot of extra turns. One of his problems of Hulk is his speed, but on the team, he is absolutely amazing, and he needs Brawn, I think, to really get going and keep himself alive. So, of course, my suggested gear level is Gear 17 level 90 because you don't have a choice. He's a horseman team. Isn't it great? One other thing is, I will say his ISO selection. In my testing, I tried Skirmisher. I don't see a point to healer at all because of the way the team works and giving out regens, and they're constantly healing themselves with the drain from Abomination. So my recommended ISO for him is actually Striker. At least gets a little bit extra damage and a little bit extra heal because every time they attack, as long as you have Abomination, they have drain. So keep that in mind. Now, my little surprise. I'm going to show you some early testing videos, what I've been testing out with the 4-piece team, thanks to the balance draft. If you don't recall, before the crappy mode that was RTA, we had versus battles. They implemented to test this stuff. And one of the versus battles was balance draft. It's still in the game, people. You just have to challenge a contact. You don't get any rewards. It's fun to do. But it also has this balance draft. The only problem with it is you can't like double up characters. Like I can't have Darkhold versus Darkhold or Dormhold or anything like that. But I was able to put together a Speed Eternals versus this 4-piece team and a Darkhold versus this 4-piece team. And they all get balanced at level 75, gear 13 with all their tier 4s. It's really quite useful for testing to give you an idea of what might be coming once you build the team up more. So I'm going to leave what I found against Speed Eternals and Darkhold with this 4-piece team with Dormammu here. And let's let you be the judge and see if you're excited about this team as well. And what's Red Hulk going to do to it? Who knows? But until next time, everybody,